Online students, are you able to listen my voice? Am I visible, guys? Please respond in the chat box. Am I loud and clear? Perfect. Tell me, guys, till yesterday, what was the thing we discussed? Introduction. We have not highlighted Spring or Spring Boot. We understood what is a framework, how many types of frameworks are there, and using which framework, what kind of applications we can develop. These are the things we discussed or not. Okay, today our first focus will be what is a Spring Bean, guys. What is a Spring Bean? Then we will introduce core module officially. I'll introduce the core module officially. Yeah, don't worry about all these things. I will set right the things. Yes, guys. What is a Spring Bean? What is our first topic, guys? What is a Spring Bean? We must understand what is a Spring Bean. Already I have given some introduction yesterday, right? Okay. Spring Bean is a Java class whose object is created and managed by Spring Container. Spring Bean is a Java class whose life cycle is managed by Spring Container. What do you mean by life cycle management, guys? Who loads the class? Spring Container. Spring Container means either Bean Factory container or application context container. Who loads the class? Spring Container. Who creates the object? Spring Container. Who manages the object? Who destroys the object? So that means Spring Container is taking care of Spring Bean lifecycle or not? Tell me, boss. Can I make any Java class as Spring Bean? Yes, except interface and abstract class. Why? Because we cannot create object for them. To make Java class as Spring Bean, what is the minimum thing? It has to be instantiated. Object creation is required. So can we create object for abstract class or interface? Is it possible? Can I make abstract class as Spring Bean? Can I make user-defined class as Spring Bean? Yes. Predefined class as Spring Bean? Third-party supplied class as Spring Bean? Okay, you know Java Bean class? You might have studied a little bit about Java Bean. Java class with getter setter method, right? Yes or no? Na? Can we make Java Bean class as Spring Bean? Yes. Because for that object creation is possible, right? Okay. See, in my project, hundreds of classes will be there. Out of those hundreds of classes, I want to make specific one class or two classes as Spring Bean. How to inform that one information to, how to pass that information to Spring Container, either using XML or using annotation. If it is XML, we should use a tag called bean tag. What tag, guys? If it is annotation, there is annotation called @component. What is that? @component. By writing this annotation on the top of the class, we can pass instruction to Spring Container. Don't treat this class as a normal class. Treat it as what? Spring Bean. That means you should load the class, you should create object, you should manage object, you should destroy object. Overall, container, Spring Container should take care of the life cycle of the Spring Bean or not? Must take care of the life cycle of the Spring Bean or not? Come on. Super, guys. Now let's see what is that. I hope font is visible. Font. Still you need bigger. Now, Now, okay. I think two screens are there. Try to come closer to screens. Last row. Visible? You people able to see? If possible, come nearer. Spring Bean is a Java class whose object is created and managed by Spring containers. Right, boss? Spring container manages the life cycle of Spring Bean. That means Spring container loads Spring Bean class. Come on. Creates the object for Spring Bean class. Okay. Manages the object. Okay. Calls the life cycle methods automatically. We don't call them. These life cycle methods will be executed automatically and destroys the object. Destroys the object and etc. Yes, boss. We can take any predefined class. What class? User defined class. Or what is that? Third party supplied class. Java class as the third party supplied Java class as the Spring Bean by doing configurations. What do you mean by configurations, guys? Providing inputs or instruction to container. What is that? Providing inputs or instructions. What, guys? Providing inputs or instructions to Spring container is nothing but configuration or not, guys? Array, we per we purchase a new home theater. We try to configure with the TV. We try to link with the TV. We try to sync with the TV. Come on, guys. And we purchased. What is that? We purchased a new equipment, a new electronic device. We try to link that device with existing devices by doing proper configurations. And we purchased OTT subscription, right? We try to configure that one with our all TVs that are there in our home. In our mobile also, we try to configure or not. So configuration is all about giving input and instruction to make things happening. Who has to make Java class as Spring Bean? IOC. I mean, it's a Spring container. So we have to give information to Spring container about that Java class or not, guys. Super, guys. Tell me, guys. To make Java class as the Spring Bean, we can give configurations to Spring container. We can give configurations to Spring container either using what is that? XML configurations or using annotation configurations. Agree with me, guys? Come on. Either using XML or using what? Annotation. Okay. We can take the support of either XML or annotation. Okay, let's see how to give those instructions using XML, guys. How to give those instructions? Use bean tag to configure Java class as the Spring Bean. What is that, guys? to configure Java class as the Spring Bean. So let us assume I have a class called, let us assume I have a class called bean tag, guys. Bean ID. Inside the XML file, I'm going to use bean tag, guys. What is there? Bean ID. Bean ID. Suppose I have a user defined class called wish message generator or bill calculator. Some class name, guys. Okay. Bean ID BC. Bill calculator. Array, this bean ID internally becomes object name whenever container creates the object for the Spring Bean class. Yes, na boss. Class is equal to com.nt.package name. Come on, guys. Com.nt.package name. Com for company, NT for Naresh Technology. S beans means package name, Spring Beans. Not compulsory, you should use same package. You can use some other class names also, right? Okay, com.nt.bill calculator. Bill amount calculator. What I'm taking here is bill amount calculator. Understanding my statement? Like this, you have to write one XML tag, guys. Bean is a ready-made tag, guys. We can use that one. Okay, super. Suppose you are using annotation, guys. Right? If you are using annotation, admin, please share the backup videos with the students. Newcomers, welcome to the batch. You can continue in this batch. You will get the backup videos from the admin. Watch day one videos to get all the details about the course. Don't worry, at the end of the session, I'll spend some time for you people to understand the core, to understand about the course more and more. I think you need basic three details as on today. Number one, what is the course fee? 7,000 rupees without recordings, 12,000 rupees with recordings. Next, what is the duration? 100 sessions, around 100 sessions. And it's online or offline? For it is both offline and online. It's both offline and online. And weekly 6 to 7 sessions will be there. Okay. And daily, I'll start the session around 9:20, around 9:30 session. 9:20, the session will be started. Okay, guys. Tell me. Use at the rate component. What, guys? To configure Java class as Spring Bean. To configure Java class as the Spring Bean, guys. To simply configure Java class as Spring Bean. So let's have a look, guys. Public class. What is this? Bill amount calculator. Here some coding I will place now. One or other lines I will place there or not there. Okay. On the top of it, I am writing at the rate component BC. This BC is nothing but bean ID, na boss. This BC is nothing but bean ID. Okay, guys. Newcomers, first listen the class. At the end, I will give details about the course. Okay, guys. Tell me, this bean ID becomes object name when IOC container creates the object for Spring Bean or not? Or every object will have a name, na? That is nothing but reference variable name. So let us assume this is Spring container. Yes. This is Spring container. Inside this Spring container, with what name object will be created, guys? Bill amount calculator object. What is this object? Bill amount calculator object. But that object is identified with what name, guys? Bill amount calculator object. Yes or no? Na? What is the name of the object, guys? What is the name of the object I want to take? BC. Okay. So what is the final conclusion? The conclusion is not the bean ID of the spring bean becomes what, guys? Object name when the spring container creates the object for what class, guys? When the spring container creates the object for spring bean class. Is that clear, boss? Okay. When spring container creates the object for spring bean class. I think you got basic idea about the spring bean, my dear. Okay. Can I take interface or abstract class as spring bean? Can we take interface or abstract class as spring bean? So here is the note. We cannot take interface or abstract class as the spring bean because they cannot be instantiated. Agree with me? Do you think they can be instantiated? They cannot be instantiated. Nothing but object creation is not possible. If you try to take also, they will be failed or not. If you try to take also, definitely they will be failed. You will get definitely exception, guys. No doubt in that. I hope you got all my statements. So this is about the spring bean. So shall we get into the spring core module? But before going to core module, let me give some basic points about the spring framework. Spring or Spring Boot frameworks are given as a collection of modules. From the beginning, we are shouting on this point or not there? Yeah, see guys, it's going to be mixed. Sometimes I type and explain. Sometimes I use a ready-made document. And this is also prepared by me for last batch or previous batch. I have done that. Sir, why you are opting this model? You only type everything here. Applications, code, I always type and I develop in front of you. When it comes to these notes, guys, if I start typing, major time is going in typing only, right? And when I'm typing, some of the people are feeling bit boring also, bit irritating also. So that's why it's going to be mix. Sometimes I type here, I'll explain. Sometimes I will use previous class notes, I will explain here. But ultimately, coding everything is live. But when it comes to notes, it's going to be mixed mode. Is it okay, guys? It's only to save the time, no other reason. If I don't do this, I need 100 plus another 50, 60 days extra. Those 50, 60 days purely for typing, no other reason. It's meaningless to spend time for typing in this particular digital era. So that's why it's going to be mixed content, guys. But code wise, each and every line I'm going to type. Nothing will be ready-made when it comes to coding. Everything will be designed and will be coded in front of you. When it comes to notes, only notes, these conceptual points, I will be using the already available one once in a while, not every time also. Shall we get into the subject? Okay, guys. So far we understood what is a spring bean. So now let to try to understand how Spring and Spring Boot frameworks are given. They are given as what, guys? Collection of modules. As on today, how many modules are there? Everyone, please respond, guys. How many modules are there? You may ask me one question. Sir, why they have given in the form of 30 plus modules? They can give to us as a single unit, right? Single unit means representing entire framework. They need to give single jar file representing entire Spring or Spring Boot libraries, APIs, classes, packages. They need to give single jar file. Is there any guarantee In every project, I will be using 100% Spring, but I need to add that single jar file. Jar file size will be bigger. Due to the size of the project will be increased. What is the solution they have given? They have given solution as modularity. They divided Spring Boot framework into 30 modules. For every module, separate jar files. Every module, separate jar file. You want to work with only module 1. Collect module 1 related jar file. Start using the by keeping in the class path and develop the code. Is there any heaviness in the application development? I want to use 10 modules. Gather 10 module related jar file, keep them in class path and start using them in application development. Is there any burden, boss? I want to use all module. That is up to you. No situation comes to use all modules at a time. But if comes also, okay, you collect 30 modules related jar file, add to the class path and start developing the application. Is it not interesting, Babu? Come on. Array modularity. When you go to restaurant, they say you have to eat all items at a time, or they will give chance of choosing your choice item. They will give chance of choosing your choice item or not. If you have gone to one meals center, what center? You like it or not like it, you have to take entire meals. Yes or no, no? But if you gone to hotel, you have gone to restaurant, is there any compulsion like that? You have to take packages only, no individual items. Not there now. So why they will option? Because different people will come up with the different thoughts. Some people feeling very hungry. Some people want to take light. Some people are on diet. Some people are on what? Hungry. Some people are in celebration mode. So they need to satisfy everyone or not there. Meal center is what? It's a like everyday meal. Every day what they eat at home, they want to eat in the mess or meal center. That's why they offer single item. In that one, all together will be there. Is there any option of today I want to eat only one curry, don't serve me second curry kind of thing? No, not option is not there. So Spring Framework is also given as what? A restaurant kind of environment having modularity. Super guys. Each module of Spring or Spring Boot frameworks comes in the form of bunch of jar file, nothing but libraries. We can use Spring Boot to develop different types of application like standalone applications, web application, distributed application, and etc. By using either our choice singular, multiple modules, or all the modules. You can use either one module, multiple modules, or all the modules. Collection of libraries or APIs together is called as a module in Spring or Spring Boot framework. Examples on example modules in Spring or Spring Boot framework, guys. Core, JDBC, AOP, MVC, security, JWE, mail, scheduling, transaction management, messaging, cloud, batch, like this. How many modules are there? 30 modules are there. Sir, I heard like this. Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC. Spring Core, Spring Boot Core. What does it mean, guys? If a module is used in Spring style, Spring module. If module is used in Spring Boot style, so simple, nothing else, nothing great, guys. Module is used in Spring style, Spring module. If module is used in what? Spring Boot style, Spring Boot. See, saree is only one wearing item. If it is used in South Indian style, South Indian saree. If it is taken in what? So North Indian style, people calls it as what? North Indian style. But saree is only one wearing item. It can be used in different angles or not there. Come on, guys. Super. You take any food item also. Chicken. If it is prepared in Andhra style, Andhra chicken. If it is prepared in Punjabi style, what is that? Yes or no? Same thing. Module is developed in Spring style, Spring module. If module is developed in Spring Boot style, Spring Boot module. But our focus is on Spring Boot modules or Spring modules. Because Spring Boot is latest. Only core module we learn in both Spring and Spring Boot level. Remaining all modules we are going to study in which level? Spring Boot level. Why, sir? Because without having Spring basics knowledge, we cannot enter into what? Spring Boot. That's why first we are learning Spring core module to get the Spring framework fundamentals. Once that knowledge comes, we use the same knowledge to enter into Spring Boot, and every module will be studied in which angle? Spring Boot angle. Convinced, guys? Come on. Same thing. The above said modules can be used either in Spring style or Spring Boot style. Example, Spring MVC means MVC module utilization in Spring style. Spring Boot MVC means MVC module utilization in Spring Boot style. Sir, what's the difference between Spring and Spring Boot style, sir? Spring is like a very sincere employee. Springy framework is like sincere employee. What do you mean by sincere employee? Whatever boss instructs, he will do everything. Nothing extra, nothing less. But everything should be instructed. You have to tell. No self-intelligence, no common sense, no presence of mind. Spring Boot is like robo style. Robo style means what? Self-intelligent. Not just employee, is a intelligent employee. Intelligent employee means what? If you give X work, not only completes the X work, X related relevant works also he will complete. I asked sincere employee, go and watch the movie and tell me the review. He goes to the movie, he watch the movie, he gives the review. Except that nothing extra, nothing less he will do. But you ask an intelligent employee, go and watch the movie. He will watch the movie, he will give the review. Along with that, who has come to give the review? What is their review? Come on. What are the other competitor movies that are released on that day? What is the review of those movies? What can be done to make our movie more good? Make it more sellable, to attract more audience. He will give comprehensive report having all these details or not. Now tell me, guys, good employee is good or intelligent employee is good? Okay. Manual work is good or robo style work is good? Manual means everything should be instructed. Robo style means what? Self-intelligence, common sense comes into picture. Many things will be done automatically or not there. So that's the reason there is a more demand for what? Spring Boot. I hope you convinced this so far. Okay. So shall I launch officially Spring Core module? Spring Core, Spring programming basics will be learned here. It's like a core Java of Spring Boss. In core Java, are you learning how to use Java for project development? Are you learning how to enter into Java programming? You are understanding fundamentals of programming, small syntaxes, how to use class, how to create object. You develop a small program to prove abstract class is behaving like abstract class or not. You prove interface is supporting runtime polymorphism or not. Come on, guys, your basic agenda. Are you developing serious supermarket application there? Are you storing any data by talking to database software, guys? Are you developing any bank project there? It's like learning ABCDs, learning English words, learning English grammar. Why? Because developing English paragraph, English literature, English novels will be learned as part of advanced Java and frameworks. That's why core Java is just habituating to English. Using English, becoming master of English will happen in what? Advanced Java and what? Frameworks. Similarly, in Spring core module, don't think that you will become expert of Spring. You will understand programming style of Spring. Why Spring is given, what are the basic operations in Spring, how to make Java class as Spring Bean, how to create those Spring containers, how to pass instruction to those Spring container regarding our classes to make them as Spring Beans. This kind of inputs, instructions process we learn or not, guys? So here we are going to learn Spring fundamentals of programming. Spring programming fundamentals we are going to learn. Okay, guys. Tell me, guys, it is base module for other modules of Spring Framework. That means all other Spring modules are created using this module or not? Directly, indirectly, every other Spring module will be utilizing this module. That's the reason it is called as what? Base mod. Why it has to utilize this module? And if all basics of programming are there here, guys, can I say Spring Framework is not created based on core Java? Can I say that? You may say that frameworks are created on the top of technologies, but can I say Java is not involved in that? After all, technology is also created based on the language, right? Everywhere Java is involved, right, boss? This module is called Core Java of Spring Framework. What is that, guys? Core Java of Spring Framework. This module is called Core Java Spring Framework. That means in this module, we get basics of Spring style programming. What, guys? Basics of Spring style programming. If this module is used alone means not in touch with other module, not in combination with the other module, then we can develop only standalone. What do you mean by standalone, guys? Specific to one computer, allows to operate only one user at a time. I think other day we discussed calculator application, desktop game, antivirus software. All your core Java programs are standalone programs, right, Babu? Class with main method means standalone. Class with main method means standalone. If module is used along with other modules, directly or indirectly, we can develop web application, distributed applications, and etc. or not, guys. We can happily develop web application, distributed application, etc. or not, guys. So that means while learning core module, am I going to develop the websites? Hey, respond, Babu. Am I going to develop the websites? Am I going to develop the distributed application? Am I going to develop the standalone application? Huh? Only standalone. So entire core module of Spring Boot, at maximum, we develop standalone application. Then where we learn website development? When I launch Spring MVC module, Spring Boot MVC module, where I develop distributed applications. When I launch, come on, when I launch Spring Boot REST modules. REST is there to develop the RESTful web services. RESTful web service is some kind of distributed application. Convinced with me, guys? Right. When should I ask a question to you? Lakshmikant, related to current topic, ask now. If it is not related to current topic, hold it in your brain. Wait till the end of the session. If it is related to current topic, you can use. Online students, let me clear few things for you. Number one, whenever you got a query in your brain, even for offline student, hold it for 5 to 10 minutes in your brain before you put in the chat box, before you ask to me. Wise. I believe most of your doubts will be clarified in next 5 to 10 minute discussion. You should not behave like this. I kept decided in Spring Bean. You should not ask what is Spring Bean, sir. I'm listening first time. That is called anxiety problem. You need to go to doctor or at least a washroom. because you cannot control the emotions, right? Okay. So when I kept, today we learn Spring Container, kept a heading Spring Container. What is Spring Container, sir? I know these online students are having this kind of anxiety issues. Okay, that's a big psychological problem. You should consult the doctor because they cannot control any new word. What is that, sir? First time I'm listening. Is it difficult? Are first consume the coffee before rejecting it or accepting it, right? Okay, number one. Number two, online student, don't take running note, don't take screenshot, everything will be shared. You people also. I don't encourage writing running notes because don't worry about interview, worry about survival of the job. In interview also, what is being practiced, that only will be discussed, guys. Fine. Number three, if you are online student, okay, guys. After 5 minutes of discussion, if subject is not going in the angle you want, then bring into that. That to relevant question. Irrelevant questions I will take at the end of the session. Sir, I have 3 years gap after engineering, what to do? In the middle of what is Spring Bean explanation, if you ask me, I have 3 years of gap experience, what to do means I will say jump into the well. Why? Because right now Spring Bean is important. Career gap is important. I did not get angry because you asked a question. You asked a question by not listening the current topic. Starting 5 minutes, lastly 5 minutes. I'll spend queries to answer this kind of personal, professional life related queries. Even technical things also. In the middle of the subject, you have to ask that subject related queries only. Is that clear? Yes, online student and even offline student also. Don't lay on the bed and listen the class. I know you'll be logging from mobile. You lay on the bed like this, like this. After 5 minutes, snoring sound will come. Yes or no? Na? Sit in a chair. Try to keep your back in 90 degrees angle. Spinal cord in 90 degrees angle. Automatically seriousness comes. Otherwise, attending online class is easy, but focus also very, very important. Self-discipline is there, then only prefer online class. You feel you don't have self-discipline, someone should always trigger you, study, study, focus, focus, then come for offline class. If you don't have self-discipline, better not to attend online classes. And next one, even offline student also. When you are sitting in the chair, better not to rest your back onto the chair backside. Try to sit in 90 degrees, subject will come in double size. If I teach 10 points, you will get 20 points. Because that shows your alertness, right? Okay, you will be on the edge. See, there are so many topics, guys. After a few days, once coding starts, you will be on the edge of the chair. What next? What next kind of thing? It is going to be suspense and thriller movie sometimes. Okay, that guarantee I will take care. Okay, next one. Stop attending classes from mobile devices. Always prefer attending classes from laptops. Are you going to practice in the company in the laptop, mobile devices? Task is given, you are going to complete the task from mobile device. You will compile Java code from mobile. Then why are you attending classes from mobile? Don't. Sometimes I will ask you to parallel practicals. I do something here and I say do it. And you have to submit then and there. So that's why parallel practicals are going to happen. That's why bring a laptop to the classrooms or try to attend the classes from laptop. Okay, next. Stop attending classes by using mobile data. Mobile data is not stable, boss. It is having some consistency issues, bandwidth issues are there. So maximum try to attend classes using, what is that? Okay, dedicated Wi-Fi network. So I'm in a village, I cannot have Wi-Fi network means then you are karma. Okay, then you are karma and Don't roam and listen the class. Don't in the traveling, don't listen the class. Try to stay in one stable location and attend the class. The person who knows subject sitting in one place and conducting the class, right? The person who don't know subject, you should be more alert towards listening the class or not there. Last but not the least, don't do these courses for the sake of completing to satisfy your friends, to satisfy your girlfriend, boyfriend, to satisfy your parents. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. If not this course, choose other course. But do it for yourself and learn these courses by feeling this is my next to 20, 25 years life. This is the domain where I am going to work. This is going to give bread and butter to me in future. That seriousness is very, very important. Maybe I don't know whether you are realized it or not. These courses are more important than your IIT entrance exam, engineering entrance exam, MTech entrance exam. Why, sir? If you clear those exams, next 4 years education is decided. Yes, na boss? But if you do these courses very well, if you get confident on these technologies and framework, next 30 years of personal life and professional life will be decided. Sir, how personal life is decided? If professional life is good, then only personal life will be good, na? Yes, na, boss? I think you are in Amirpet means I can assume most of you people are middle class and below middle class, just above the poverty line. Yes, just above the poverty line or below middle class. So you don't have bank reserves, bank assets or fixed assets. You have to earn and live the life, right? Okay. So for you people, professional career is everything. If that is good, personal life will be good. Is that clear? So keep that in mind and do it. And if by mistake, if any rich kid is also attending classes, stop doing friendship with that fellow. Any rich kid, how to identify whether he's rich kid or not? Minimum iPhone, boss. Minimum iPhone, okay? And who eats the eggs without yellows? Who eats the eggs without yellows? If these two behavior is there, means rich kids, boss. Okay, what's the problem roaming with them? I will tell. They have money. Father will send lot of pocket money. Secretly, mother also sends. Secretly, sister, brother also sends. Lot of pocket money will be there in his pocket. And he entered into metropolitan city, Hyderabad, for the first time. He want to explore the city, but he will feel bored to roam single. So what he will do? He want gang. Why gang will come? They are busy with the classes. But if he say, I will sponsor everything, our people will be ready to drink phenyl also at free of cost. Yes or no? Na? Yes. 4 months, 5 months, he will sponsor everything. He will show entire Hyderabad. Come on. All of a sudden, call comes from the father to the rich guy. Enough, beta. Factory needs you, come back. He's already having businesses, right? And all of a sudden, he disappears. 4 to 5 months wasted. By this time, you are habituated to quality life, lavish life. Coffee means Starbucks only. Shopping means GVK mall, not other malls also. GVK mall only. Some lavish life has come or not? Or going from one place to another place. Earlier by walk, bus also manageable. Now, cabs or personal vehicle, right? You don't believe after 4 5 months, you will feel so left over, so alone, and you may attempt suicide also sometimes. That much danger it is doing friendship with a rich guy or rich girl. Rich girl is another nasha. Because with a rich boy, you'll assume friendship for 1 year maximum. But with a rich girl, your calculation different. If all works out, all works out, all works out, and if she left in the middle, double side you have to attempt. In first suicide, if you by mistake, if you come out of that, no option again, you have to attempt suicide. Got it, guys? So that's why stop doing that. And next, while doing practicals, while attending classes, as a boy, don't compare with girls. She is not doing that today. I'll also do. She says my health is not good. Not good. I also don't practice. Don't sacrifice. Mark my word. In girls' life, nothing is happening. A marriage will happen. One fine day she says, I'm leaving you because my father is looking for the matches and you have still not settled. What to do? 2 times convinced, 3 times convinced. Third time you say, go and marry. She go and marry. Moreover, say, you only said that's why I have gone. Yes or no, na? Nothing happens in your life, marriage will happen. Got it? But in boy's life, until something happens, marriage will not happen. Yes or no, na? You have to start earning money or not. So that's why don't do comparison towards doing practical, towards attending courses, towards going to interviews. If they relax also, life will be settled. Default activity is there. For you, it is not enough. Okay. 33%, I'm talking to you people only now. In this generation, single income is enough? Not enough. So you want quality life, financial independent life, then you should also start earning money. At least you can spend your money on your own and husband amount for the family needs, right? So you want to send your kids to local school or international schools? International school. For that one income or two income? So that's why I think keep this in mind and you also try to become what? Financially independent. Sir, I'm trying hard, but no motivation is coming to do hard work. Somehow 4 years back, that relaxation is started engineering level and that is still continuing. Postponement, laziness, all this stuff. How to get the motivation, sir? Very simple. Today, after going to hostel, sit half an hour time, try to visualize your future with job, your future without job, your future with job. 2 BHK flat, rental or own, dedicated Wi-Fi. Come on. One two-wheeler, branded dress, branded shoe, cab coming and picking and dropping, corporate life, weekend parties, weekend gatherings, team meetings. This is positive life. Visualize it. Keep you as the image and try to have one hero image kind of thing. Visualize you without a job. Your father will send money for 1 year, 2 years. After that, he will say, come beta, I have given birth to Nalayak. What's wrong in that, right? Come back to home. Okay, I have given birth to Nalayak. There itself you killed, guys. After going home, I will tell the worst part. You have to go to electricity department to pay power bills. Yes, because you are the ideal person in the home. You have to go to Kirana general store to pick the items. And by mistake, if you have a brother or sister, kids will be there to drop the school, to pick up from the school, right? And if you are a farmer, if your background is farmer, early morning they make you to get up, right? And you have to go to cow shed and you have to clean the cow dung. Tell me, to do all this thing, engineering is required. So that's why there is no meaning of feeling lazy or postponed. Postponement is cancerous. The day you postpone, it looks very convincingly okay. But the day damage happened, Okay, then you realize, are unnecessarily post. Sir, as a girl, if I feel lazy, what happens, boss? Nothing will happen. They will wait. They will see you. They will give time for 1.5 year for settlement. If not that, they will call you home. Right? So before right match comes, they will make you take care of every household works. Early morning, getting up, cleaning in front of home, Bartan Dona program. Aisa no na? And you just visualize. You want quality life or regular life? Then definitely motivation comes automatically. So shall we get into the subject now? Fine. One fellow disturbed me and gone somewhere else. No problem. These are important lessons of the life. Most important thing, guys, for a few days, uninstall social media accounts, especially YouTube, Facebook, Insta, this kind of accounts uninstall. The day you start job trial, that time you reinstall. Automatically seriousness comes. That is a time where you are wasting a lot of time, especially reels, one after another, one after another. That never ends, boss, right? It is making you another mental and psychic person. Fine. So let we get into the subject, boss. This module is mainly gives two IOC containers or Spring containers. And Spring containers are also called as IOC containers. Why, sir? Why IOC means what, guys? Inversion of control. What, guys? Speak out, everyone. Online student, you are not active, boss. Should I make all people switching on the mics? If you are not active, I have to opt that option. Online students, are you alive? What is sum of 22 plus 24? What is sum of 22 plus 24? That's good. Okay, everyone. IOC means inversion of control. What is that? Yes, inverse means reversing the control. In a normal core Java application, who loads the class? Programmer. Indirectly programmer. Creates the object? Program. Manage the object? Uses the object? Who calls the method? Who keeps the object ready for garbage collection? Everything is under control of programmer. In Spring programming, who is loading the class? Spring container. Creating object, managing object, calling lifecycle method, destroying object. That means our control is taken by container and doing everything or not. It is reversing the control of the programmer, taking the control and completing all the activities or not. It is called reverse of regular control. That's the reason Spring containers also called as what? IOC container. On behalf of programmer, it is doing all the activities of the programmer. That's why Spring containers are also called as IOC container. I hope you convinced, my dear. Let me put in one more angle. You joined in a company, started earning 2 lakh package after 3-4 years. Okay. It's quite easy to get to 2 lakh package in after 4-5 years, boss. Okay. You decided to, okay. You stay calm, but your bank person is observing your account every month. 2 lakh is depositing and always bank balance is there in the account. Okay. What they will do, guys? They will say, they will call you and ask, you have got pre-approved car loan? You have got pre-approved home loan? Yes or no? Na? This is one process. Another process. You want to have a loan, car loan. You go to bank, meet the manager, you get the form, fill up the form, submit the form, they come for inquiry, they ask a lot of questions, then they sanction the loan. This is a regular process. But when bank gives pre-approved loan, all these things are already done by bank people. That they say, if you say yes, within minutes some amount will be deposited in your account or not. Here also everything is reversed or not. On behalf of program, on behalf of customer, everything is done by bank, and bank is giving what? Pre-approved loan to your profile. So it is not reverse of regular activity or not, guys. This is the reason Spring container is also called as IOC container. Check it out here. Why the Spring containers are called IOC container? In core Java programming, loading class, creating object, managing object, calling methods on object, keeping objects ready for garbage collection will be done by programmer by giving instruction to JRE JVM. That means all these operations in the control of programmer. Clear, boss? In Spring Boot programming, loading class, creating object, managing object, calling lifecycle method, destroying object will be taken care by whom? Spring containers. That means control is with whom? Spring container. And we can say controller is taken from the programmer. So it is called reversing or inversing the control. So we can say Spring container as what? IOC container. Convinced or not? In my classroom, each word you'll understand in detail. I don't say I just like that. Because if just like that, you never get a job. Because interviewer never comes to interview cap in with a ready-made question paper. You will ask one question randomly. What is spring bean? What is spring? While giving answer, you will use some terminologies. He will catch one, two fancy terminologies from there. And he will ask, what is that? While giving answer to that, again, you will use some fancy terminologies. Again, he will catch them and he will ask a few questions on it. So it is not actually interview. It is a conversation. You are going to company for job. That means you already know subject. Inside the company, already subject experts are there, right? So you are a subject expert. He is a subject expert. Both will discuss the subject. That's why you observe. Every software company treats job seeker as a guest. That's why they give royal treatment, guys. If you observe very carefully, you give wrong answer, they never say you are wrong. They never argue with you also. You give wrong answer, they go to next question. You give right answer, they go to next question. Maybe when you give wrong answer, they will say, check your confidence. They will say, are you sure? Sometimes wantedly they say this word when you give right answer also to check your confidence. They never say on your face you are wrong. When guest visit your home, are you going to say you are wrong? Unless until he is a close guest or permanent guest. Otherwise, we always try to be respectable with them. We never say anything directly on their face, right? We try to say everything indirectly. Or we keep calm because he's a guest. We should not hurt him. So that's why interviewer never says you are wrong. It doesn't mean every answer you have given is right also. He will be having his own calculation in his mind, boss. Perfect. Let's see, guys. The Spring supplied IOC containers are given. How many containers are given, guys? Bean factory container, basic IOC container, application context container, advanced IOC container, nothing but bean factory plus plus. Small circle, bean factory. Outer circle, Already we discussed all this stuff, right? These two containers are not alternate for what? Servlet container and JSP container of web application development. Do you think they are alternate, guys? They are not alternate. Okay, fine, sir. Core module is having two containers, but why these two containers are given? Containers will be given for certain purpose, na? Servlet container to manage the servlet component life cycle, indirectly executing servlet program whenever they are requested. Come on, guys. When I give request to servlet component of website, am I going to execute or servlet container is going to? When I give request to JSP component of website, am I going to execute or JSP container is going to execute? Definitely JSP container is going to execute. Is that clear, my dear? The Spring supplied IOC containers are given for two main operations. What is the first one, guys? For Spring Bean lifecycle management. Second one, for dependency management. Clear, my dear? IOC container takes care of Spring Bean lifecycle from birth to death. What is birth, guys? What is death, guys? From birth to death. Object creation to object destruction. That's the first one. Second one is what, guys? Dependency management. Yesterday we discussed life cycle management. Today we are going to talk about what? Dependency management. What do you mean by dependency management? Very simple, boss. It take two string beans. If needed, assigns one spring bean object with another spring bean object. It keeps a dependent Spring Bean class object ready for target Spring Bean class object. It keeps a dependent Spring Bean class object ready to be used by main or target Spring Bean class object. I'll take one example to understand this in a better manner. Flipkart is a courier company. Sorry, e-commerce company. DTDC is a courier company. DHL is a courier company. If I think in the terms of classes, if I take Flipkart class, it is target class, DTDC class, dependent class. Why? Flipkart needs DTDC services to deliver the products or not. Come on, guys. Flipkart is called target class. DTDC is called dependent class. That means DTDC class object is required in Flipkart class object. If I give these two classes to Spring container as Spring Beans, saying that Flipkart is target, DTDC is dependent, somewhere in XML file or what, annotation. You don't believe who loads both the classes? Container. Who creates both objects? Who manages both objects? Who assigns DTDC class object to Flipkart class object? Listen, guys. Loading classes, creating object, managing object, destroying object. Life cycle management activities. But assigning DTDC class object to Flipkart object dynamically is going to be what? Dependency management. In core Java, all these things we should do manually in our boss. In Spring, all these are happening dynamically in our boss. That too with the support of IOC container, they are happening or not. Under the control of IOC container, it is happening or not, guys. It's all about providing dependent class object to target class object. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Christopher Ani, Christopher Ani, I know you already attended my session. Can you stop overreacting in the chat box? You are talking about Tomcat, web application, dispatcher servlet. It's too early for them. It's too early for them. Please, guys. Okay, let it be, boss. The class that uses services of other class is called target class or main class. The class that acts as helper class to helper class giving services to other class is called dependent class or helper class. Clear, my dear? Target class one side, dependent class another side. Flipkart uses DTDC. Flipkart needs DTDC as courier service. Can I call Flipkart as a target class? DTDC as a dependent class? Vehicle needs engine. Vehicle target class? Engine dependent class? Student needs books. Doubt? Huh? Okay, actually needs. When I say book, not only physical book, guys, it can be any book, online book also. Student target class, books dependent class, faculty needs a student. Target class and dependent classes, mobile phone and charger. Mobile phone needs charger for charging. So mobile phone is target class, charger is dependent class. What do you say, guys? Happening or not happening? Super. Okay, now let's see this one. Okay, how many ways are there? Acha, 1 minute. Spring Bean life cycle management, guys. Come on. Kishore ke, Kishore ke. When diagrams are required, I will draw the diagrams. When typing is required, I do it. Okay, you don't tell me how to teach the subject. You just attend the classes. I have completed nearly 150 plus batches of Spring Boot and microservices. Okay, I think you are listening for the first time. Thanks for advice, but better not to advise me. Okay. How to teach? Leave it to me. Because I already conducted multiple batches. I know what is the best way of what? Injecting the subject. And moreover, if you are comfortable in other approach also, you have to adjust with this approach because you are attending my classes. You have to be convinced to my approach, right? Okay. Mr. Kishore K, I hope you got it. No response. Okay, what is life cycle management, guys? Spring container, IOC container manages the life cycle of Spring Bean. That means Spring container only loads the class, creates the object, manages the object, calls the life cycle method automatically, and also destroys the object. IOC containers are mainly given for how many operations? What are those two operations? One is life cycle management. What? Spring Bean. What is next one? Dependency management. Clear, boss? How many ways are there for dependency management, my dear? One is dependency lookup. Other one is DL, DI. In shortcut, DL, DL. Shall we start understanding what is dependency lookup? Yes, you have to focus a little bit more here. In dependency lookup, target class writes the logic, spends the time to search and get dependent class object from different places. In dependency lookup means searching. Lookup means searching and gathering. You are a terrorist, let us assume. On you, lookup notice will be issued, boss. That means search warrant, guys. Lookup notice, right? And you are international terrorist, then red corner notice will be given to all the airports. Come on, guys. That is also what? Search warrant kind of thing, na boss. Lookup means searching and getting. Dependency lookup means what? Searching for the dependent and getting. Okay, in dependency lookup, what happens? The target class spends time, writes logic to search and get dependent class object from different resources. That is called dependency lookup. I'll take one real life example, you'll understand it. Student needs material, right? Student is target. Material is a reply, boss. Dependent, right? Okay. Student gone to office of the Naresh IT, asked for the material. They said, wait for some time. They searched and given the material to you. Is it called dependency lookup or dependency injection? Because here student is target, he is spending time, he is searching material and getting the material from the office of the Naresh ID or not, guys? Here, in dependency lookup, target class will pull the dependent class object or not? The target class object will pull dependent class object from different resources. Come on, my dear. Yes, let's see. Here, the target class writes logics to search and get a dependent class object from different resources. Next, here target class is pulling dependent class object from different places. Example 1, the way student gets course material, nothing but dependent from the institute admin staff by putting request for it. Is spending time to search and get the material by talking with what? Admin staff or not, guys? Super. Now I want to give technical example, boss. Now I would like to give technical example. Listen, this is bit different, boss. I have a Java object. I want to use only inside the method. Where I declare the object? Inside the method. I have a Java object. I have taken it as a non-static member variable. Where I declared, guys? Inside the class as a member variable. What's the scope of that object? Within each object of a class? Within each object of a class, come on. And I want to use DTDC object inside the business method of a Flipkart class. I will take DTDC object as a local object inside the method. Come on. If I take DTDC object as a member variable of Flipkart class, in every object, DTDC object is visible. If I take DTDC object as a static member variable of Flipkart class, then what happens, guys? It is not specific to one object, common for entire class, common for all the objects of a class, local scope, object scope, class scope. But I want more than the bigger scope, guys. Local scope means specific to method. Object scope means specific to object. Class scope means specific to class. But I want more global and more global scope, guys. I want more and more global scope. Are you listening my statement, boss? Are you understanding my statement, my dear? I want more and more global scope. Is that clear? For example, they developed PhonePe application, guys. If PhonePe is kept in global scope, that can be used by different e-commerce application, different swiping machines, different mobile applications. Come on, guys. Okay, they developed PayPal application as a payment broker application. If it is there in a global area, it can be used by different e-commerce applications, mobile applications. Array, I said I can teach Spring Boot microservices for the students. I have the teaching capability. I have a subject. I have a work experience. I want to share my knowledge. This statement I have given to my family members. At maximum, I can teach to whom? Family members. This statement I have given in my colony. At maximum, I can teach to whom? Colony people. This statement I have given in my village. This at maximum, I can teach to whom? But I want to make my classes, this knowledge, my services visible to globally. Then what should I do? I have to found one organization or one YouTube channel kind of thing, YouTube network kind of thing, offering my services or not, guys? Okay, I don't want any administrative headache, boss. That's why I have chosen Naresh IT. I'm a technical guy. Not only this profession, I have multiple other professions. I have to run my own startup also. Okay. So because I'm busy in multiple activities, I don't want to take care of administrative activities of the students. Okay. your counseling. Okay, counseling for you people, fee payment, checking you are coming regularly or not. This kind of activities I don't want to take care. I want to give to some organization to make sure those things are happening. So then what should I do? If I keep my service with Naresh IT front office, okay, whoever approaches Naresh IT physically or online, for them my services are visible or not there. So indirectly, I made my services globally visible for all IT training students or not. Because most of the IT training students in India knows about Naresh IT, and my service is available in Naresh IT front office, so that I'm almost visible to all IT training aspirant. Yes or no? Na? Similarly, if you want to make any Java object as a globally visible object or service, as a globally visible object or service, you have to keep in a special place called JNDI registry. What is that? Any object, after developing that object, if we keep in JNDI registry, it will be visible for both remote clients and local clients. It will provide global visibility to that object. Okay, now I have a target class, which is a Java application, Flipkart kind of thing. It is approaching J&A registry, searching for DTDC, gathering DTDC. Is it not called dependency lookup, guys? The way you perform lookup operation on J&A registry to search and get certain object is called dependency lookup operation or not? Is called dependency lookup operation or not? I want reply, my dear. Convinced with me, my dear. Yeah. The way Java application gets different dependent objects from J&A registry by searching for them in J&A registry is also called dependency lookup or not, guys? J&A means what, guys? Java naming and directory interface. J&A registry. If object is created inside the method, object scope is method scope. Object created inside the class as a non-static member variable, then the object scope is other class object scope. Right now, boss? Okay. J&A registry is there. J&A registry is an independent software and it can be kept in the internet. J&A registry is independent software. It can be kept in the internet. Okay. Rajat Raja, if you can wait, you will get answer for all the things. The object created inside the other class as a static member variable, then the object scope is what? Other class scope. Super. To provide global visibility and accessibility to any object or object reference, we need to place that object reference in the J&A registry or not, guys. These are the example. RMI registry, COS registry, Tomcat registry, WebLogic registry, and etc. If you know advanced Java, every web server application server also comes with what? One built-in J&A registry. Every web server application server also comes in what? One built-in. Okay. By keeping J&A registry machine on the internet, okay, whatever objects we kept in the J&A registry, we can make them globally accessible or not. We can make them globally accessible or not. By keeping J&A registry software machines on the internet, okay, we can access objects kept in J&A registry globally. Yes or no? No? By keeping J&A registry software machines, J&A registry software machines, software machines in the internet. in the internet. We can make that object accessible from the internet. We can make that object accessible from the, 1 minute, we can make objects of the JNDI registry, accessible from different types of remote client applications. What applications, guys? From different types of remote client application. Yeah. All useful object references will be kept in JNDA registry to provide global visibility and accessibility for them. Okay, look at the diagram once, everyone. Okay, first focus on this part of the diagram. This is my JNDA registry. In the mission 20 of internet, okay? Let us assume mission 20 is inside the mission 20, JNDA registry is there and it is there in the internet, right, boss? And all useful objects are kept in JNDA registry. Check it out. Paytm object reference. GPay object reference. ICC store component reference. Okay, these are the nicknames, boss. Internally, JND registry is nothing but map collection. Internally, JND registry is nothing but map collection. A simple map collection, nothing great, right, boss? Okay, map collection keys will be there, values will be there. Keys are nothing but nicknames. Values are nothing but real objects. When I say JND registry, don't think big thing, guys. It's a software. Internally, all object references will be maintained having nicknames. By submitting nickname, we can get the actual object or not. By submitting object, we can get actual object or not, guys. Super. Okay, now listen. This is my Java application also acting as a target class. Let us assume e-commerce application class. Here I will write the code. This code contacts the JND registry, submits the nickname, gets the nickname related object reference. Tell me, boss. Tell me. Here target class is spending time writing the logic to contact JND registry, to search and get one or other object from JND registry. Is it not called dependency lookup? Is it not called dependency lookup? Look at this. JND lookup code to search and get certain object reference from JND registry. JND lookup operation, dependency lookup operation. Happening or not happening, boss? Suppose here one code is there. This code is submitting Paytm, right? It taking that nickname, it will go to JND registry. In JND registry, it will search. Is there any object reference whose nickname is Paytm? There are not there. There. So gathers that object reference and gives to class or not. Listen, this is you, student. Okay. Somehow you researched and found office is there in some building. Contacted the building. There you asked for Natrasar material or Java material. Java material. It is found. So that material related books are collected and you will come back and you will start using the books for your preparation or not. So it is like student. It is like office with materials. You are going to office, searching for material, getting the material and using the material or not there. Okay, see how the code looks, guys. Okay, now listen. Hey, this can be web application, this can be standalone application. That really does not matter, right? Okay, if J&A registry machine is there in internet, anyone can contact and get it. Anyone can contact and get it, guys. The way we write J&A code in target class, nothing but Java application, to search and get our choice dependent class object from J&A registry is called J&A lookup operation. Yes or no, na boss? J&A lookup operation. I have given sample code also. Sample J&A lookup code in target Java class or application. Nothing but e-commerce application. Nothing but e-commerce application. Tell me what's happening, guys. Establish the connection with the J&A registry. Okay. Array, in JDBC classes, JDBC connection represent connectivity. In J&D application, initial context object represents the connectivity, right, boss? Initial context object represents the connectivity. What do you say, guys? Paytm service is equal to Paytm service. IC dot lookup of Paytm. Lookup method is performing lookup operation or not? That basically returns object class object. No, I want to refer with Paytm service class. Then I'm going for typecasting. And I have given code also, boss. How exactly dependency lookup code looks with respect to J&D environment. You got the clarity? Okay, now try to observe the definition. In dependency lookup, target class writes logic to search and get different class object, dependent class object from various resources. From various resources. Look at here, e-commerce application class, which is target class, writing J&A code to contact J&A registry, to search Paytm object reference and getting that reference and using it. Is it happening or not, guys? The way student contacts the office people, searches for the material and gets the material is also called dependency lookup or not, guys? The way I go to 10 shopping mall, search for shirt, okay, trial the shirt and purchase one shirt is called dependency lookup or not? In this case, who is target? Me. Who is dependent? Shirt. Yes, na boss, guys. Yeah, in Java application, to talk with the database software from Java application, what is the API we have? JDBC API. Don't overlook. To talk with the J&A registry software, what we have? To talk with mail servers, what we have? That means Java is full of APIs, boss. From any Java application to talk any destination, one API is there. If it is destination is database, JDBC. Destination is J&A registry, J&A API. Destination is mail server, where email accounts will be there. Where the email accounts will be there. What we got? Java mail API. Super, guys. Prath, Mr. Prath Moskar, I'm preparing background to get into coding only. You want me to do coding without teaching the concept? Mr. Online students, coding will come once concept building is over. These many days you have gone in a wrong way. First you have written the line, then you understood the lines. That never makes you a programmer. What is actual process? First you have to learn concept. Then you have to design the code. Then you have to go for development of the code. I am against of writing the code, understanding the code. That never makes you serious developer. Concept, design the code, develop the code. Ah, no, sir. In core Java first class only we have seen the main method. Sorry, don't expect that kind of teaching from me, guys, because that is not called, that never makes you programmer. If you understand others' code, you never become programmer, because you should sit and write the code. You should sit and write the code. You should have a concept. Based on the concept, you should design the code. After designing the code, you have to this one. See, boss, you want to construct the building. After constructing building, you will understand building. Huh? No, na. First, you should have a designing, then co-implementation. So in first class, you have seen main method means hats off to your thought process. Okay. Guys, if you are expecting such kind of teaching, everyday coding should be there. So once coding start, everyday coding will be there. No doubt in that. But I am here not to understand, not to make you people to understand the code. I want you people to design and do the coding. And in the company, you will get a task, boss. First, you have to design the code. Then you have to complete the coding of task, right? In company, you are going to understand the code of neighbor programmer. Please. Okay, guys. Still session is not over. I will take your query at the end. Pros and cons of dependency lookup. Tell me, what is the pros? Advantages, guys. Pros means advantage. Very simple, boss. Target class is having control. What to be searched, what to be gathered. Target class can search and get only required dependent class object by writing the logics in target class. What's the disadvantage, guys? What's the disadvantage? Tell me. Target class should spend some time, should write some logic to search and get dependent class object or not. You should go to office, you should search for the, what is that, office assistant, then you will get the material, right? I should go to a ready-made shop and I have to try a number of things, then I will get it. It's quite time-consuming process or not? Resource wastaging process or not, guys? Overall dependency lookup is good or bad? It's good, but not great. Because dependency injection is great. How it is great, we will discuss in next class, guys. Okay, shall we revise what we discussed so far? In today's class, what I understood. What is Spring Bean? Then, why modules are there in Spring and Spring Boot framework? Then Spring Core module is introduced. We realized it is giving two IOC container, Bean Factory application. Later we realized those two containers are given for lifecycle management and dependency management. Right, boss? Lifecycle management and dependency management. Yes or no, na, boss? Then we understood lifecycle management means container loading the class, creating object, managing object, destroying. Dependency management means what? Assigning dependent class object to target class object. Yes, boss. How many ways of dependency management is there? One is dependency. Other one is, okay, dependency lookup means target class writes logic to search and get dependent class object from different resources or not. To search and get dependent class object from different resources or not. Is that clear, my dear? Understanding my statement? Fine. Okay. To remaining things we will discuss in next class. So let me upload the material. Yeah, someone saying that I have 4 years experience. Do I need data structures and algorithm knowledge? Listen, guys. If you are targeting top MNCs, Amazon, DE Shaw, Arkell Corporation, this kind of JP Morgan, definitely DSA knowledge is required. Fresher required, 1+ required, 2+ required. No, you are not targeting top MNCs. You are targeting just what? Capgemini, SP Soft, okay, this Wipro, CTS, this kind of companies. So you can take data structures algorithm very light. Data structures algorithm very light. But the more your experience you are showing, one or another day you have to learn and show what? Data structures and algorithm. You cannot escape from that. Okay, a data structure algorithm is not for survival. It is purely interview purpose. Why they will know? If needed, you should be in a position to create your own stack, your own linked list, your own hash collection, hash map. If you are not happy with ready-made collections, for that one, you have to learn it, guys. Okay. Let's come to what? My Facebook group. Let's come to my Facebook group, guys. Are only few days later, I will give notes in Google Classroom or Google Drive. What's your batch, guys? Class content, Spring 901, right? 901, Spring Core Module, this one. Okay. Though I uploaded more content, you study and up to what you have been asked to study. How much I explained, that only you would study, boss. A online student, if you have any queries, please clarify. Do you have any queries, Mr. Online? Oh, when your advanced Java batch will be started, management decided not to give Tumri topics to me. I hope. They decided not to give small topics to me. That to day-to-day advanced Java importance is what? Becoming absolute, right? Becoming absolute means you need it, but not that much. That's why I don't think so. I will be taking, I don't think I will be taking advanced Java for next few years. Okay. So I will be there in what? Spring Boot microservices, DevOps tools, Java real-time project, AWS, this kind of high-end topics. Okay. So choose some other faculty for advanced. And array, this initially I will be giving in Facebook group. Later, same material will be given by using Google Drive or Google Classroom. It's only initially. Okay, I will accept your request after the class. Please be patient. Please be patient. Upload file. What's your batch code? 901. Wherever 901 is there, download and use it. Right. Are we going good? Spring is interesting or boring? We have just tasted. Okay. So try to attend 2-3 sessions uh, until I complete first 3 applications. Don't judge Spring or anyone. After 3 application, you come to one conclusion. Spring is easier, tougher, excellent, worst. See, one thing clear was, it is worst or best really does not matter to you. Why? Spring does not need your judgment. It is already proven. That's why you are learning. What you feel on Spring, that really does not matter. Whether it is good or bad for you, you have to like the Spring and you have to work on Spring. Because it's a proven framework in the industry. Clear, my dear? Super. Right. Newcomers, backup videos are given. My personal details are given. If you have any queries, please mail me. And if you want to get course details, please watch the backup videos, especially first video, boss. First class video. There I have given every information. Admin, please share the backup videos to students. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time. We'll meet tomorrow. I'll start session around 9:15, 9:20. Don't be panic. Thank you.